Okay. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm doing a different type of thing tonight, and I'm trying to do it to where I can see all of y'all's stuff inside of this platform that I use to go live. So I'm trying to see if I see everything here, and it looks like I do. How's everybody doing tonight? Okay. I think I like this, but also I feel like on one of my platforms, it's vertical, and then the rest of them it's so I might have to use a wider camera lens next time I get on here. Okay, that's okay. Let's go ahead and get started, right? Yeah, all right. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome back to BrandU, Brand University, BrandU, whatever you want to call it. If you're new here, welcome in. If you're coming back from last week, then welcome back. As you know, last night we had our community call, so we didn't really get a chance to hop on here live, but we're back in action tonight. And today we're gonna get into, see, this is the lens I should be using right now, y'all. We can get more into these on content day. But today we're getting into foundations. As you know, that our schedule has shifted this week, but usually Mondays we cover foundations, Tuesdays we cover content, Wednesdays is offers and sales, Thursdays is marketing and branding, and Friday is a live Q&A. So with this new thing that we're doing, I hope Base Business Model Guide. It's only $10 and it covers everything you want to know. So if you want a copy, you can comment on Facebook or send it over to social media, and I'll send you the link to grab that. This is a night school for service-based businesses. You're a plumber, electrician, for a fitness coach. If you offer a service to another person, on my YouTube, and I will do it the same on every platform. So if you want to check out my YouTube, you can. Also, y'all, if I start smacking this gum really hard, let me know. You said the mic went out? Oh no. Hold on. Can you hear me now? Oh, thank you. Right now. 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. There it goes. 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. There it goes. Okay, I think y'all can hear me now. I don't know why that just happened. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, I don't know if y'all could hear any of that. So I was saying that if you want to be able to see the whiteboard, you might have to join me on YouTube Live, and that is completely okay because you'll be able to see the whiteboard on there. But tonight we're going to go over brand foundations. If you hopped on our call last night, our community call, we were able to go over a couple of different things as far as systems and what systems to use. I know Tamara wanted to know more about that. So if you want to, you can message me and we can talk more about it, but we did cover it a little bit last night. So tonight, what we're going to cover is our target audience. And I know we've done this before, but for the people that haven't done it, because a lot of us are new, we're going to go ahead and cover it. If you do have the ebook, we will be filling out a customer profile worksheet, which is inside of it. If you don't have it, it's totally fine. We'll fill it out on the board today. But one of the most common things I hear with audiences is that, when people tell me their audiences, either the age range is too broad or they're speaking to a generalized audience and they don't know exactly who they're talking to, right? So an example of this is my audience is women. Or if you ask someone, okay, what age group do you serve? And they don't know, they're not clear on their target audience. Our target audience is so important. And let me tell you why. Because when we start to build our business and when we start to build our foundations, build our offers, build our ads, everything that we do is going to come behind who we're speaking to. And if you don't clearly know who you're speaking to, then you'll never be able to fully create content that converts. Now, I'm not saying that your content won't convert, but there's a very big chance that it won't. Okay? Because you want to be speaking to a specific audience, a specific group of people. And they should know that you're speaking to them as soon as they see your content. So when we talk about target audience, and where's my marker? Like I said, if you're on YouTube, you can see this. If not, then you probably won't see the whiteboard too much tonight. But let me go ahead and write up here. And let me make sure. Yep. I am sorry for my chicken scratch. Okay. So tonight we're going to be covering that your ideal audience is the person that's going to benefit from the offer or the person who's going to benefit from the problem that you solve. So we're going to go over. Okay. And like I said, this is so important and we'll get more into the content portion of it tomorrow. But if I make a post and I'm speaking to a whole lot of different women, the algorithm isn't going to point it directly to who I needed to talk to. So if I make a post and I'm lifting weights, but the women that I want them to be working on their flexibility. Obviously, if I post a post lifting weights, it's going to show it to everybody that likes to lift weights, right? But if I post a post that shows me doing yoga, then obviously it's going to show directly to my target audience. So we want to make sure that when we're posting and that when we are making our target audience worksheet today, that we're speaking to a specific person. So how I like to do this, I like to do an ideal client worksheet, right? So I always start with the age. And then I always give my person a name. Okay, so, and then also a gender. Okay, so today, that's what we're going to start with, and then we'll continue on from there. So let's just say that we are in the, I know Tamara is in a personal training industry. You said you missed it. It's okay. We'll kind of go over it tonight. But I know you're in the personal training industry, so I'm going to go ahead and name my client after you. Right? Okay. And then let's say that the age of my client is, so when you're thinking about this, you want to think of the result that you're selling when you think of that client that you have in mind, right? So what result am I selling? So let's say that I'm selling weight loss, right? Who wants to lose weight? So if my client's name is Tamara, obviously I'm speaking to females, right? Now, when I'm helping people lose weight, at what age do females want to lose weight, or do they start to gain weight? There are a lot of angles that you could take with this, right? You could take the angle of people that were former athletes, gained some weight, and want to lose it. Okay, that could be some people in their 20s. You could take the angle of people that have had children and want to lose some weight. And not being specific, you'll always have some outliers, but that could be anywhere from, let's say, 26 to 35. Okay, you could say you want to target people who have hit menopause and want to lose weight. That could be women 40 and over. So these are the types of things you want to think about when you're thinking about age. So let's just say we'll target women 28 to 35, right? Because at this point, what has happened in their life? They may have an occupation, because that brings me into the next part of our audience worksheet. We want to cover the occupation. We want to cover their income. And we want to cover if they have a degree or what type of education our audience has, right? So let's say, for example, we are talking to women ages 28 to 35. We want them to have some type of disposable income, right? We want them to be able to afford our services and not be a complete stress, right? So let's just say that this person has at least a bachelor's degree. Okay. And then let's say that they make, about $4,500 a month. And let's just say that they're a corporate woman, right? And this could be a thing. So we could talk to corporate women. We could talk to nurses. We could talk to a lot of different people. But today we're going to say that we talk to, let's just say, professional women. Okay. Now, you're probably wondering, like, Anila, why does this even matter? This is boring. In business, you're going to have to get through the boring parts. The boring parts are what's going to take you from good to great. Okay. So let's think about it. And I'm going to put this into perspective for you. So let's say we're creating an offer, right? And we are creating a personal training plan. And we're creating a weight loss plan. A woman that has had a child is going to be a different workout plan than someone who has just finished being an athlete, right? They're going to lose weight a lot different. And obviously, weight loss depends on the person, of course. It's going to depend on their diet. It's going to depend on a lot of other things. But also, you can't have a 25-year-old and a 40-year-old doing the same workouts, right? So that's why we want to know exactly who our target audience is when it comes to these things. And I'll give you more examples, of course. I'll actually go over a couple more industries for us too tonight. But another example of that could be, okay, so we've created our program or our course or whatever the case may be. Now we're going into our content. When we're doing our content, okay, a piece of content that has me talking to the camera may catch the attention of somebody a little bit older, or a piece of content of me lifting 600 pounds might catch the audience, might catch the eye of somebody in a different age group. So we want to make sure that we're really talking to our specific audience. But like I said, we'll cover a little bit more of that later this week. Okay. So now we want to get into our behaviors, goals, and objections. So let's just talk about the goals of our target audience. And then also some of the objections they would have. Right? So, obviously, our target audience wants to lose weight, right? What are some other things that they might want to do? Maybe they want to eat healthier, and I'm not going to write this on the board because running out of room. But maybe they want to eat healthier. Maybe they want to feel good in their body again. You know, they want to get their summer body together. Maybe they just want to be able to move like they used to move. Okay? That might be their goals. The goals are going to help us with the objections. What objections might they have? Maybe they've tried to lose weight, but they don't feel like they can fit it into their budget. Or maybe they don't feel like they have the time. Okay? Those are some common objections that we could go over, right? For a service-based audience. And honestly, these can apply for any industry, budget and time. And let me oh, I made it blur. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to go into the fact that I can see all the comments is crazy on every platform. Okay. Oh, yep, having more energy is definitely one. So let's go ahead and go into our pain points. What are some of the pain points that our clients might bring up? Now, these are going to be important because when we're on a sales call and when we're creating our offer and we're doing all of these things, we want to keep our target audience in mind. For example, going back to that weight loss program that we're going to create, right? Let's just say that one of the things that our audience say or that they object to is that they don't have the time. Well, what if we tell them that in just 45 minutes a day, and mind you, there are 24 hours in a day. So what if we tell them that in our program, in 45 minutes a day, you can achieve these weight loss results with just 45 minutes a day, maybe 4 days out the week, right? That seems like a lower commitment. So somebody that doesn't have time will opt into our program quicker than another program where it'll take them hours every day that they don't have time for. Or maybe they'll say they don't have a budget. Well, we'll offer them a payment plan that works inside of their budget. So these are the types of things that you want to think about when you're creating your offer. You always want to have that target audience in mind. So let's get into our pain points. A pain point could be that they've tried it before. Let's just say they've done multiple programs before. Or we could even say maybe they have a pain point of they don't know what to eat. So the nutrition is a pain point. So let's say that they've had multiple programs before, they don't know what to eat. So let's talk about it. We have our ideal client. Her name is Tamara. She's 28 to 35, somewhere in that age range. She's a female, professional, has about $45,000 a month, no kids, so she has some type of disposable income. So now we're kind of framing in our mind that audience. She has a bachelor's degree and she wants to lose weight, but she doesn't really have the time or the budget for it, so she thinks. And then she's been in multiple programs and she doesn't know what to eat, right? And obviously we'll get more into this in our offers and sales day, which is on Thursday. But I want to give you an overview of what this looks like. So we're going to create a program for her, right? So like I was saying earlier, we create this program specifically for ages 28 to 35. So we're going to say that maybe she's had kids in this age range. Maybe these people have had kids. Maybe it's just a little bit harder to lose weight at this time in their life. So we want to make it easy because she's a professional woman, so she's busy. We want to help her lose weight. We want to help her reach her goals. We want to keep it to where it doesn't consume too much of her time. We want to keep it budget friendly, and we want to frame it to where it's budget friendly. And we want to explain to her, we talked about this last week, our USP, our unique selling proposition. what makes us different than all the other programs that she was a part of, right? These are all going to come together to be a part of this program. So let's say that we create an 8-week weight loss program that she can do online for only, let's say, $15 a week. And when we're on our sales call, she may say, okay, I don't have the budget for that. And we can tell her, okay, you don't have the budget, but you say, so tell me a little bit about what you eat every day. And then she tells us what she eats every day. And we say, okay, well, maybe she eats a lot of fast food. We say, well, maybe if I teach you how to grocery shop and, cook our meals at home and properly prepare our meals, then we'll have more time in our day. And we'll save a lot of money on meals that we're eating out. So that way we can afford the $15 a week. We can afford our weight loss, and we'll look better. We'll feel better in our clothes. We'll kind of start overcoming those objections, right? And this is what makes us different. We work with you personally, and we have a community, all these things. You kind of want to have all these things in mind when you're creating the program, when you're making the content, when you're running the ads, all the things, right? So let's do another example. And in the chat, can you tell me what type of service business you have? What type of service businesses are we working with? And we'll do an example straight from the chat. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Okay, over here on YouTube, we have a hairstylist. Okay, we'll go with that. So we'll go ahead and go with the hairstylist example next, right? So we're going to erase this stuff. So we're going to erase this, and we're going to do an ideal target for a hairstylist. And we're going to kind of frame this to really help them figure out who they're talking to. You know what? I used to hate when people would write on whiteboards and not erase all of it. So if you see me erasing for a while, that's why. That is why. Okay, so let's say that we're hairstylists now, right? And if you want to do more examples, you can join my community. If you send me the word community, I'll send you the link for you to join, okay? Also, if you need some extra help, this is inside of our $10 service-based business survival guide. So we'll go over all of that in here. If you want to get the templates, go through some examples. We have some blank ones in here for you to fill out too. So let's go ahead and get back into it. Let's say that we are a hairstylist now, right? So let's say we're a hairstylist, and what's a good name we can name our client? Let me find one. In the chat, I'll name our client Mary. Mary, we're going to name our client after you today. So our client's name is Mary. We'll say that Mary is, let's just say that Mary is, we'll say she's 35, right? And obviously Mary is a female. Okay? Now, what does Mary do for work? Well, let's think about it, right? We're a hairstylist. What kind of hairstylist are we? Do we do braids? What do we do? Let's say that we're a hairstylist and we do braids, right? What does Mary do for work? We can maybe say that she is a nurse, right? So we'll say that Mary is a nurse. And with her being a nurse, maybe we'll say she has a bachelor's degree. And we'll say that maybe Mary makes $5,000 a month after taxes, right? Now, I say this because, like I said before, we want our client to have some type of disposable income to be able to afford our services, right? We also want to, if we're doing braids, then maybe we're targeting women, maybe we're targeting men, but today we're going to be targeting women. And I'm going to say that she's a nurse because I feel like with a nurse, there is a big enough population for me to market to them. Not only is that a thing, but also maybe nurses want, and let's get into our goals, protective styles that last long, because maybe she works overnight and doesn't have time to do her hair all the time. So let's say that she wants protective styles that last. Right? Okay. But maybe some objections are, because she's a nurse and she's working these long shifts, she doesn't want to sit in the chair for 12 hours, right? So maybe one of her objections is that she doesn't really have the time to get her hair done because it just takes too long, right? Or maybe she'll say that, what's another good objection we could use for braids? Maybe she doesn't like all that extra weave in her head because it's too heavy. So we'll just say hair is too heavy, right? And so when we're creating our offer for Mary, what we would do is we would use our unique selling proposition, and we would let Mary know that we're not like these other hairstylists because we specifically target nurses due to the fact that we provide protective styles that last, and we do it in less than 4 hours. Y'all ever had knotless braids that's done in less than 4 hours? Y'all ain't been to the African shop. So we do it in less than 4 hours, and you know what? We make it affordable for you, and we provide the hair. So now we're separating ourselves, and I know I keep saying USP. I'm gonna write it up here, but it's our unique selling proposition. And what your unique selling proposition is, it literally just tells your audience what makes you different from everybody else that offers the same service that you offer. There are a lot of people that might graduate esthetician school or cosmetology school or just finish with the same degree that you finished with. What makes you different in your business, and why should your target audience choose you? We're going to dive more into that this week, but we went over it on, I want to say, Thursday last week we went over it. It's on our YouTube though. You can go check it out. I want to say that it's on Thursday. We went over branding and marketing. So go check that out. It's on the YouTube. But so so when we're thinking about our offer, we're thinking about these things. We're thinking about Mary. And when you're making your customer profile, you can literally make as many as you want. You can have as many customers in mind as you want, because then what you'll do, you'll see what all those customers have in common. All of those ideal clients that you had in your head, what do they have in common? What pain points do they have? What can they relate on? Okay? And that's going to help you form your that's just going to help you form your offers, your content. It's going to help you form everything just a little bit better. Okay? So, when you do this, so after you finish all of this and you figure out what all those clients have in common, and if you're just joining on, if you're on YouTube, you can definitely see the whiteboard. If you're on Instagram, 9 times out of 10 you can't, and that's okay. You can hop over to YouTube at Anila Fulton and join from there if you want to take notes. Also, if you need some extra help, everything that we're covering is in our service-based business survival guide. It's $10. Send me the word ebook and I'll send you the link. Also, if you want to join our community, send me the word community and I'll send you the link to join. So let's put this all in one sentence, right? Because if someone, this is important because we want to have a clear brand, right? If someone asks you, who do you serve? You want to be able to say it in one sentence and you don't want to lose their attention. So I like to use a little template for this, and it goes like this. I help blank. And this blank is going to be gender, role. Okay? I help blank who are struggling with and we kind of went over this last Monday just a little bit, but we didn't get into this part of it. Who are struggling with blank. And this blank is going to be our pain point. And we help them. I help who are struggling with blank. And currently, where's my eraser? Not currently. I help blank who are struggling with blank by blank. Okay, so based on our target audience worksheet, we should be able to fill in the blanks here. So you can say, based on what we just did, and we can use Mary, we can use Samara as an example, but we'll say I help women who are in a professional space who are struggling with pain point, weight loss, breakage, whatever the pain point is. We do this by whatever offer you just created. Mind you, tomorrow we talk offers and sales. I just went over it just a little bit, but right here we'll go ahead and put our offer. So we can say by providing them with the 8-week program that helps them, and this is when we point out the objections, that helps them save time and eat better and lose weight, all in the comfort of their home. But we'll say method, solution. Don't mind my chicken scratch, program. Okay. Now I know you might say, oh, this is simple. I already know this stuff. Yes, you might know it, but a lot of y'all don't apply it. And without application, we are nothing. So we have to apply and we have to be consistent with it. And then you can continue to build. You don't start at the top. You have to build to the top. We have to climb the ladder to the top. So yes, we're starting easy, but this stuff is going to progressively get more advanced as we continue on. Also, if you have any questions, you can email me, BrandU@AnilahFulton.com, and I'll actually write it on the board. But if you are on Instagram, BrandU@AnilahFulton.com, and we will literally get back to you and email you back if you send us an email. But this one sentence is going to guide your content. Like I said earlier, your tone, your ads, your offers, how you sell, everything is going to be guided by this one sentence. Because now you're going to be clear on who you're speaking to. And not only are you going to be clear on who you're speaking to, but they're going to know you're speaking to them. And not only are they going to know, the algorithm is going to know. And it's going to put your content and it's going to put you and your business in front of them. But if you never decide to post content, then none of this matters. Because you won't even have to be in front of an audience and it won't matter. So after we do this, we have to continue to build on it. We have to continue to be consistent with what we're building. Okay? But if you want some more practice with this, I encourage you to either grab the survival guide. Like I said, it's $10. It gives you worksheets for this and it walks you through it. Gives you examples and everything. It's only $10. Send me the word ebook in my DM if you want to grab that. But if not, I encourage you to practice this. Write down this statement and really practice figuring out who you're talking to. Because a lot of people, they think they're talking to everybody. You wouldn't imagine how many people I've talked to. And I'm like, okay, who's your target audience? And they just go blank. They don't know. Figure out who your target audience is. Then we can move. We have to do things that move the needle in our business. Okay? So just as a reminder, tomorrow we will be going over, tomorrow it's going to be offers and sales. No, tomorrow's content. The next day is offers and sales. Friday, we're ending off the week with marketing and branding. So make sure y'all join me, 7:30. I'll be here. Make sure y'all are here. And I'm going to have this sound thing together for y'all. I didn't tell y'all earlier. I think I did, some of y'all. But I'm trying out a new platform right now, and talk about the technical difficulties. We're not even going to talk about it. But I will have, and hopefully I'll have it to where everybody can see the board tomorrow. Okay? Because I want everybody to be able to see it. Let me move. No, y'all not gonna be able to see it. No way. Yeah, I want everybody to be able to see the board. So hopefully that I have that tomorrow, so y'all can see it and we can be all on the same page. Okay. All right. Well, I will see y'all tomorrow, 7:30. Bye, y'all.